Greetings, y'all. It's Melanie from Melanie at Home Life. I got to go back to work tomorrow. Usually I do meal prep on Sundays, so I'm just going to do a few quick things just to get ready for the rest of the work week. So stick along for the ride because my kids are grounded and they have to help. These guys, I'm telling you, my kids, not that it's a punishment to have to work with me in the kitchen, but these guys are a bit much today, so I have to work. I'm going back to work this week a little bit. And so, not that it's their punishment, I don't want to throw it out there like that in case some left-wing conservative freaks out, but anyhow, so I have a couple of things that we're doing. So one of the things that we're doing is obviously because of COVID, we've been using what we have and we've been emptying our pantry and we've been using our freezer and all those good things. So I did go and get a few things at Costco. I had bought a 2.2 kilogram piece of mozzarella cheese. It was like $22. It's decent quality cheese. It's made in the town that I work in. So I decided that we would shred all of that 2.2 kilograms of cheese up. And then I always buy the cheddar cheese, like the brick of cheddar cheese from Costco, and grate that up because when you buy shredded cheese at the store, it's full of fillers and I don't like that. So Addison is my camera person today. She is going to show you what Tanner's doing over at the KitchenAid. Hey, Tan.
It's gonna get cheesy.
Say cheese.
So I'm turning on, I got the KitchenAid, and I'm putting the cheese in here. I got a little metal piece in here for the cheese. I'm gonna turn it up to 8. Turn it off and I get the next piece. This is the mozzarella cheese, by the way.
He's gonna be grating all this up too. So we're gonna put that into some medium freezer bags. We'll refrigerate some, we'll freeze some. Freezing cheese is, it's good and bad because not necessarily are people, like it doesn't really go back together the best. So it's great to use that for like casseroles. We use it a lot for tacos, so no big deal. So now Addison's gonna flip around and show you the Instapot. So I've got some frozen chicken breast in the Instapot. I'm a novice at the Instapot, so just so you know, I am cooking about 10 very small frozen chicken breasts for 8 minutes. I'm cooking them up for a couple of reasons. Tomorrow night, we're using, Thursday night is our leftover night, so we're using everything that's in our fridge. We have a bunch of leftovers in our fridge, so we're making leftover burritos. But tonight, we're gonna cook the chicken and then reuse the Instapot to make a chicken and broccoli and rice sort of dish. So I had some Velveeta left over too in my freezer. I'm gonna toss some of that in and the rest I'm gonna put in the fridge. So when we come back in the next segment, we're gonna show you our dump and run meal. Okay, so one tip I wanna give you when you're doing prep work, at least in our kitchen, we always resort to a garbage bowl. This is what's gonna go in the compost. Everything that we use, like the ends of the onions or the ends of the celery, we keep this bowl and then at the end, we're not running back and forth to the compost dish. It makes perfect sense. I saw it on Rachel Ray 100 years ago. We've been doing this forever. I don't think Addison has actually ever cooked in our house without doing that. Have you? It's coming out. Okay, chicken's done. I'm just gonna take it out. Okay, so that was 1.15 kilograms of Costco cheese, and we've got 4 bags, 2 cups in each, and I paid $12 for that. If I had bought this in the grocery store, it would have been $5.99 each, so good savings. And then this is more than 2 cups. I use a lot of mozzarella for different things. Like we'll make your own pizza, and I'm gonna do a video on some artisan bread pizza. So this is enough to do 3 pizzas or a lasagna. So I've got 5 bags. I'll put 2 to the freezer of each of these and the other ones in the fridge because we'll use them in the next 2 weeks before they go bad. So I'm just waiting for our quick supper to be done, and then that's it. We'll show you what it looks like. I've also got all this great chicken stock in the bottom that I'm going to use for my next recipe, but I'm going to measure it. So again, this is just a dump and run meal. So I've got an onion and about 3 ribs of celery in here, and I'm just going to saute it a minute. You know what this could use, Addy?
What?
Garlic.
I've taken over and I've added the garlic in. Smells so good.
I'm just cutting up the chicken.
Are we adding the onion powder in now? What?
Yep, I'll do that.
I can add it right now.
Okay.
We've got some onion powder. We're gonna put this in that pot. We're only using a teaspoon.
So right now I'm just deglazing the pan for Addison. To this I'm gonna add 2.5 cups of chicken stock. I saved this chicken stock from what I cooked. Addison is going to add the rice.
Quite nice.
There is 1.5 cups of rice. Okay, I'm gonna use about half of this chicken, so we're gonna put that down in there. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of cheese, and you're supposed to put half in now and half later. So I'm just adding that in. So that's 1 cup of cheese, and I've saved a cup. I'm using a bag of frozen broccoli. So these are the cubes of Velveeta that we're just gonna sit on top. We don't necessarily want that in. And we're not gonna stir this again until after it comes after it's done. And then we're gonna put in 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to put this on. So this is off right now. I'm turning this to sealing. I'm gonna push manual, and I'm gonna put it in for 6 minutes. We didn't get this huge bowl of mozzarella cheese in our prep, so that's always good. Now I'll always take that leftovers. So this came out. It's beautiful. It looks so nice. The rice looks perfect. I think I've got too much chicken in there. I ended up putting all the chicken in there because once the kids started snacking on it, there wasn't enough for tomorrow night. This looks delish. It looks great. I'm just going to try a little bit of the rice to make sure it tastes okay and it's cooked. I'm going to serve this up with a garden salad. Actually, it's almost as good as my oven one. I only like my oven one because it gets bubbly on the top. Very, very good. Thank you for liking and subscribing and choosing Melanie Ann Home Life. Lots of other videos coming up in the future. Don't forget, if you haven't clicked like and subscribe, please do.